Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And I was supposed to post this yesterday, but my power was out till like midnight, so I couldn't obviously post it. But today, we're going to be talking about JFK. It's also an opinion-based video, like the last two I posted. It's probably going to be like the rest of that for every video that I make. Probably. So JFK was the 35th president, and he was assassinated in November 22nd of 1963. JFK assassination caused a lot of conspiracy theories about how he died. So JFK was assassinated by a guy named Lee Harvey Oswald. Theories have allegedly covered up parts of the federal government, such as the FBI investigators, the Warren Commission, or the CIA. So it says that 3 shots were fired from the Texas School Book Depository. Time period was 4.8 in excess to 7 seconds. Oswald's ability to accurately fire 3 shots in such a short amount of time is kind of unbelievable in a rifle. Lee Harvey Oswald did he use a gun called a Carcano, which I'll show a picture of right now. A Carcano is a Italian bolt action, which you have to pull back to shoot again. Lee Harvey Oswald could have, chambered it really fast since he was a U.S. Marine veteran. So here are reasons why people think the CIA actually killed JFK. One reason is that JFK actually gave away Cuba in the Bay of Pigs, and JFK said that he would help Cuba overthrow Fidel Castro. And this angered the CIA because they worked hard on this matter. Another possible reason is that the CIA was actually scared of that Kennedy would do the same to Vietnam as he had done to Cuba, and they didn't want Kennedy to let Vietnam fall to communism as Cuba had done. And the last reason, which is kind of a stretch, is that the CIA were mad because Kennedy was firing a lot of the CIA members. Many officials were actually involved in the murder of the president, and they were also in the Warren Commission, and they could have easily tampered with evidence and destroyed evidence that would have been proven that the CIA actually killed JFK. They would have been able to make up their own story about how Kennedy was actually assassinated. The FBI actually conducted 25,000 interviews, and they actually found that Lee Harvey Oswald may have acted alone. The Warren Commission, which spent nearly a year studying the assassination, actually agreed with the FBI. The Warren Commission concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone and that Jack Ruby, his murderer, also acted alone. So the House of Representatives may be partially to blame for this enduring conspiracy theory because they concluded that there was probably a second shooter on the grassy knoll, which was a hill overlooking the site where JFK was assassinated. Another committee examined the evidence, and they found that there was no data that support that there was a second gunman. And then this brings us to another conspiracy theory called the Umbrella Man. So the Umbrella Man, also known as Louis Stephen Witt, carried a black umbrella. Some claim that he was either giving a signal, or he could have shot a gun or a poison dart from his umbrella. They actually interviewed this Umbrella Man, and he said that he simply wanted to heckle the president. He heard that the umbrella was a sore spot with the Kennedy family, and it was associated with the British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, who, like JFK's father, Joseph Kennedy, supported appeasement prior to World War II. And then also other people think that it was the Mafia who actually killed JFK. And then some people believe that the Mafia helped JFK steal the election in 1960. And then the most popular theory is that the government did it and it was an inside job. They think it was some rogue element in the CIA. The CIA were notably angry with Kennedy about the Bay of Pigs. And the autopsy report showed that JFK actually suffered from 2 bullet wounds. There was 1 bullet that hit the back of his head and damaged the brain severely. And that brings us to the single bullet theory, also known as the magic bullet theory. The bullet actually entered through the back of his head and out through his throat. And also the governor of Texas was there, John Connally, and he was also wounded. He was in front of the president, and he was also slightly to the left. The Warren Commission concluded that they both were hit by the same bullet. So Lee Harvey Oswald was in the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository. Bullet passed through President Kennedy's neck into the governor's chest and went through his wrist, and then landed right in his thigh, specifically his left thigh. And if this is true, the bullet traversed a back brace, 15 layers of clothing, 7 layers of skin, and approximately 15 inches of muscle tissue and pulverized 4 inches of the governor's ribs and shattered his radius bone. And back to what I was saying earlier about getting 2 successfully shots with the Carcona rifle, since it is a bolt action, that the FBI marksman who had actually test fired the rifle concluded that the minimum for time for getting 2 successful well-aimed shots with the rifle is approximately 2.25 seconds. Now tell me if that's impossible or not, but I'm pretty sure that might be impossible, unless you're like sitting there with the rifle and you're just like immediately just cocking back and then aiming. And remember, Lee Harvey Oswald was actually a U.S. veteran, so that could explain why maybe he could have got those 2 shots off. If Lee Harvey Oswald did act alone, why did he kill the president? One motive for the assassination might be from Oswald's commitment to communism and Marxism. Also, the Soviet Security Agency cut ties with Lee Harvey Oswald because he was, quote, too crazy. So, after 60 years of the assassination, we are still unclear why Oswald shot JFK. There's also other conspiracies that Lyndon B. Johnson was behind it, which he probably was not. And there's also tons of other conspiracy theories that I'm probably not going to dive into about JFK, so these are probably just the main ones. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, or do you think the CIA killed him? Or was it the Umbrella Man? Or was it some random other guy that we don't know about? Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry about the delay of the video. It was supposed to go up yesterday, but I had no power, so it's going to have to go up today. So, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.